Hey there, it's Lawso here, the assassin. Today I'm going to run through one of the main reasons I'm pretty anti the old way of managing and building websites. So I just wanted to go through how to avoid having your website hacked. And there are a few things to avoid that sinking feeling. If you've ever had a website hack, it's not a nice experience. You feel sort of vulnerable and everything's not in your control, and you want to shout and scream at people because you're just staring at a blank screen, and you've got visitors going there, and some of our customers have thousands of visitors a day who are thinking their business is out of business. Not a nice experience at all. So you don't want to be getting this sort of message, and you don't want to see someone posting horrible stuff on your domain where all your visitors are going, because that can happen as well. So let's get some background on WordPress. There's 520 million sites around the world built on WordPress. It's over 15 years old or maybe older, and it was originally built just for blogging, just for a single page, one blog after another. And that was pretty much it. And it's been altered. The original code's been altered over time so that it can build out a website, but it's not ideal. That's not what its original purpose was, and it's been sort of hacked together. Pardon the pun. So this accounts for 43.5% of all websites. And the average WordPress website needs 20 to 30 plugins to function. Some need more, some need less, depending on how fancy you want to go. Just the basic stuff's around 20. Now, there are 30,000 premium plugins you can choose from, where you can get, some of them are free or free for a little while, or some of them are paid. And then there's 60,000 free plugins. And most websites are built with the free ones. So you don't know who's created the plugin. It could be a Russian hacker who made the thing in the first place. So you don't know where the plugin came from. And you certainly don't know the compatibility between the plugin you're using and other plugins, and also with the upgrade cycle that WordPress has. So one of the big things that makes websites fall over is when you get a notification from WordPress to upgrade to the next version, and you go and hit yes, and you download those files and update. But some of the plugins that you already have that make the website function, they're not compatible with or they haven't been upgraded to be compatible with the new version, and therefore your site won't work, and it takes forever to work out which one it is, how you can roll it back. And WordPress doesn't have a rollback system. It's very manual and very linear. So what you have is what you get with your site. If you decide to remove a page, then that page is gone. And if you want to get it back, or if you accidentally delete it, which I've seen plenty of times, you have to go and try and retrieve those files from the archive, and then if you've got a backup. And most businesses we come across don't have functioning backups that can be retrieved. They might be paying for a backup service, but half of them don't, or more than half don't work. So around 30,000 WordPress sites are hacked every day, which is around 2.5% of that total per year. Your website might be down for days. We had that occasion last year. We had 2 websites hacked, and so we just gone, no, we don't want anything more to do with WordPress. We've been going for years for a WaaS solution, which is websites as a service, and we use software as a licensed software to get around that. And the other thing that can happen if you get hacked is your customer information might be compromised if they've got access to a back-end database that's hanging off your WordPress site. So what happens I find this a very interesting, actually, dinner party topic from many years ago. People were talking about, I get hosting for $50 a month, or mine's only $20, and mine's 2 or whatever. Everyone was boasting how cheap their hosting is. And I find it very interesting to sort of get your head around that intellectually. It'd be okay if everyone was talking about a BMW 2025, exactly the same specs, exactly the same car, and then everyone was saying, oh, I got mine cheaper. For the one that was, instead of being, say the price is 80,000 new, if someone was saying, yeah, I got a brand new one for 40,000, you would think, well, that's something wrong with that. Something's missing, or it's been stolen, or there's something not right. And with hosting, it's very similar. When you're paying a really low price, there's certain shortcuts that the people who are offering the service need to take. So they're going to be $2 to $20 per month, and it's going to be on a shared server. So you could be on the same server with 700 other websites. And that will affect performance. You won't have any backups. You'll have limited security onto that server. You'll have no support. And you won't get any upgrades or plugin updates. And you won't get any server software updates as part of that. They'll just let it sit in a corner and let it tick away. 500 by $20 makes them a decent amount of money. And it'll be very slow to load because there's so many websites on that server. So your basic operation, you can go to premium hosting, and when you can pay 100 plus 200, 300 more per month for a dedicated server, you will usually get monthly backups. There'll be limited security, limited support. You will get upgrades and plugin updates. So that is a good thing. That will help reduce the risk of being hacked, but it will be slow to load. But it still has a lot of risks. It still can be hacked. So we just don't want to go there. We go with WaaS. So we use Core DNA software, which is licensed software. It includes hosting on a dedicated cloud server that's included in our fees. It gets minute by minute backups, so it's backing up all the time. So you've got unlimited rollbacks, which is something you don't get with WordPress. You don't get with most of the other CMS systems like Craft, and even with the hosted ones, Shopify, it's not unlimited rollbacks. It's basic stuff. Whereas this is truly, it's a game changer, because if you make a mistake, you can just go back to a previous version with the click of a mouse. You get 24/7 global security support. There's no plugins. All that stuff's built in. It's got a CDN, which is a content delivery network, it's global, so that it has these servers close to, the site gets replicated on all these servers close to where the users are, and it comes down as a static page very fast. So that's why we go for Core DNA. So as I mentioned, it's licensed software. There's monthly upgrades with new features, so there's always new stuff coming out. They're always working on it, and I just think that's amazing value for money. So it's a professional data center where they have them. They're global. They use Amazon. Yeah, you get what you pay for. So all of this does affect Google search because it's faster, and it will also affect how you rank for these other Google assets. Got any questions about what you've got going on with your hosting? Certainly, if you've been on WordPress for a while and you're thinking, yeah, we really need to update our website and get something there, please have a talk to us about what we can do with our websites as a service. We have a one fee where we include all the design, the content, the research, the strategy, and the ongoing marketing, so that we can really serve you well and support your digital marketing to get a great return. For those of you guys that are our current customers, thought you might like to see this just to give you that peace of mind of why we have this infrastructure in place and why we made these choices about where we're going with our technology stack. Okay, thank you.